It's indeed my privilege to welcome you to India at this international conference organized by us jointly with the UNDP. We all know that equitable access to justice is a precondition for the growth and development of any country, and more importantly for the growth and development of the marginalized groups who are deprived and who live in poverty. Access to justice is a fundamental right and is a key means to defend other rights guaranteed to the individuals under the respective constitutions. As we are moving in India towards having more and more schemes and programs which are right-based, the need for an enabling mechanism and an enabling environment to access these rights and entitlement would be growing. It's indeed a very proud moment for us in the Department of Justice because the conference in a way marks the culmination of the first phase of the project on access to justice, which we started in India in 2008 with UNDP collaboration. I'm happy to inform that the project has been completed successfully, and some of the learning from the projects have simply been extraordinary. During this period, we worked with legal service authorities, state governments, civil society organizations, and state judicial academy and host of others, and brought out several publications, tried and established new models for reaching out legal aid, created legal awareness of the rights of amongst the marginalized groups, and have also facilitated them in accessing them suitably.
Access to justice is absolutely essential. It's the foundation for human development and reducing poverty. As a central part of the UN system, UNDP recognizes that around the world, the poor and marginalized are very often unable to seek remedies in a fair justice system. Rather than ensuring an equal playing field for everybody, justice systems often seem to work in the interests of the people who already have resources.
It's common to people all over the world. All over the world, people want justice. The only question is, access to justice has become pretty difficult all over the world. One is because of the various procedures involved, and secondly because of the fact that it is a highly expensive affair. And a very important aspect is the fact that many people in many of our countries are not even aware of what they are entitled to under the laws, what schemes are available, which are government-sponsored. And because of this fact that many of them do not know exactly what rights they have and where they can turn to have these rights established and implemented, that there has been this disconnect between the justice system and the people who are in need of justice.
Legitimate justice systems are not merely nice to have. They are every bit as important to the national infrastructure, such as electricity grids, telephone networks, roads, ports, financial institutions, etc. However, legitimate justice systems need legal aid. Without legal aid, a legal system is merely an instrument of control by the ruling elite.
If the true opposite of poverty is justice rather than material prosperity or wealth, then enabling people to access justice on an equitable basis is also a genuine and necessary effort to reduce and eliminate poverty.
The father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, once said, "The first step to achieving justice is to make injustice visible," meaning thereby that the pursuit of justice must involve the elimination of injustice. And a necessary ingredient in this endeavor is to make injustice visible so that people collectively react to injustice. And it is unfair, it is unjust for anyone to be denied an opportunity to pursue one's rights according to law for want of impoverishment, for want of economic or other disability.
But one very important thing which Professor Madhavan and Mayor and I accept that we need to invest in judiciary very, very much. Currently, we are investing about 0.5% of the GDP. In fact, some states even less than 0.5% of the GDP. I think we need to improve it significantly to reach at least 1.5% of the GDP and invest in judiciary so that the agenda of judicial reform in terms of infrastructure growth, in terms of the number of judges, in terms of quality of residences, etc., improves significantly. And we must make in that process access to justice an integral component of the judicial reform agenda.
I think that one of the key messages from this workshop is that ensuring access to justice involves partnerships, coordination, synergy, a commitment to institutionalize, innovations to address delays, the use of cost-effective methods of outreach like ICT's law students and paralegal cadre, and above all, political will.
Some of us, and I'm sure there are those amongst you, are inspired by the European and North American examples. Others are depressed by the knowledge that our governments will not be able to afford to budget $32 US per annum per head of population for legal aid in our lifetimes. We are nervous that our governments, learning of the cost of legal aid systems in the developed world, will lose the political will to succeed and proceed with the establishment of any legal aid system. The task ahead of all of us, India included, is enormous, but it is not necessary to be despondent. Legal aid systems must be established and developed as the developing world grows and develops. What is important is not to have a full suite of legal aid services tomorrow, but to build on sound foundations in a sustainable manner. If we can do that, we will make an important contribution to development in our own countries.